Hello everyone, my name is Dexter B. Jenkins and I am your faith-based financial mentor. And today I want to talk to you about the difference between being employed versus deployed. And both are extremely important. You know, I will never be a person who says being employed or having a job isn't important. Many years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King said in a speech, I think it was somewhere around 1968, he talked about that there's dignity in labor. And so there are some unique things and some unique skills and characteristics that you pick up when you're working. You know, so first of all, it's a paycheck, meaning you got some money coming in. The second thing that comes off a job is or employment is, you know, you have connections, you have relationships with people. And so a lot of the things that I'm doing now is because I met people many years ago. And then, you know, you get some skills, you know, so that's important. And then the last thing I always talk about is, you know, you get a sense of what you like versus what you don't like. So, you know, employment is extremely important, but really what I want you to get to the point is where you're deployed. And so you begin to think about deployment more so like as a calling. You know, we talk about deployment when you're in the military. So I look at it, deployment, as like a box, you know, so I call it the deployment box, and there are 4 P's to this deployment box. And that first P starts with your purpose, meaning that, you know, when you're deployed, you're flowing out of your purpose. Now, I personally define purpose as, you know, what God had in mind when he created you. And so when you are flowing and when you're being deployed, you're flowing out of your purpose. And that second P would be passion, meaning, you know, when you're deployed, you're passionate about what you do. And when you think about things that you're passionate about, man, you could do that thing all day long for hours and hours and hours. You know, you look up, you start maybe working at 7 p.m., you look up, it's midnight, and you're still passionate, you're still energized. Well, that means you're deployed. What's that other P? Well, the other P of deployment has to do with you being proficient, meaning I like to say you are the Michael Jordan, you are the LeBron James, you are the Tiger Woods of what you do. Or as I like to say plainly, you can do that thing. And so that shows you that you're deployed. And then the last P would be provision, meaning that, you know, people are willing to pay you. Well, really, I always tell people the only way that you're really going to be able to increase your income and do extremely well is if you are not just merely good, but you are highly proficient at what you do. And if you're highly proficient at what you do, what people do is they will pay you and pay you well. One of my favorite proverbs talks about the fact that if you're diligent in your work, that God will bring you before kings. And kings are people who pay extremely well. And so that's the difference between being employed versus deployed. Employment is good, but eventually, as your faith-based financial mentor, I want you to get to a place where you are deployed. And I want to help you grow in that. So would you go to dexterbjenkins.com? I have a short book over there called the 3 Ships of Wealth Building. And what I want to do is get that into your hands. That's the first thing I want you to do. The second thing I want you to do is, if you're watching it on YouTube, or you are on YouTube at some point, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got some good things over there for you. And then the last thing is follow me on all my social media handles so I can stay in contact with you. This has been Dexter B. Jenkins, the faith-based financial mentor. Until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye.